Hey friends, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to do a bit of an unorthodox budget for the month. The month will be basically the month of November 2024. I'm currently at my buddy Keith's place in Brooks, Alberta. And in 2 days, we're pulling the plug and leaving south. So the budget is basically going to be the month of November, including drive time, gas, any expenditures along the way. Hopefully there's nothing surprising. And then basically our fees into the Quartzsite LTVA and whatever we spend in the month of November from there on out. We're pulling the plug here on Halloween Day, so works perfect. We'll be leaving here with basically a full tank of gas, 2 full 30-pound propane tanks. The other tanks will be empty except for the fresh water. I'll have some fresh water on board for the trip down. And my plan, based around work, is leaving Thursday. Thursday will be Brooks, Alberta to Lima, Montana, which is close to the Idaho state line. And then the second day, which is Friday, would be Lima, Montana to just south of Beaver, Utah. They're long driving days, but I want to get there and get set up and maybe have half a day or a day to kind of unwind before probably getting work on Monday. So that gives us basically leaving Thursday, gives us 4 days. I'm hoping to basically do it in 3 and then have the extra day on Sunday to just get there, settled up, chill out, that kind of thing. So that's the plan. Obviously the third day would be Beaver, Utah, right to Quartzsite. Now, obviously I'd like to kind of stop and meander a little bit here and there, but right now I just want to get there. And since I'm doing that, I decided to make a video on basically just the budget of, what a snowbird would spend to get down to Quartzsite, and then we'll factor in all the expenses along the way, factor in what money I spend when I get there, and we'll tally it all up at the end and see where we're at. We'll give you an idea of what to expect if you're planning on doing this yourself. If you've watched any of my other videos, this old 95 26-foot fifth wheel being towed by an old 2006 Chevy Silverado HD, 1500 HD. So basically it's a little heavier, got a little heavier tow weight. And, but yeah, it's a 6-liter gas. It's not cheap on gas. So, we'll factor all that in as we go too. And you'll have an idea. So yeah, here we go. Hey friends, just a quick little update. We just pulled off in Warner, Alberta to top up on gas. I just authorized for 80 Canadian, so we should be almost full. It took the whole 80, so it might not be 100% full yet, but I didn't want a repeat of 2022 when I went down and didn't pull off and top up, thinking that I'll top up in Sweetgrass just over the border. Yeah, that didn't turn out so well because I got into Sweetgrass and the service station there had yellow plastic bags on their pumps because they were redoing the pumps or renovations or something. So the store was open, but the gas wasn't. And I ran out of gas about 1.5 kilometers short of Shelby, Montana. So yeah, fun times that was. That was the start of the axle adventure. But anyways, to stay on point. We're just in Warner. Got the airplane in behind me over here. And yeah, just topping up on gas. And now we're going to hit the border. All right.
A few moments later.
So we cleared the border with no problems. You're not allowed to bring meat and fruits and vegetables down. So I kind of gifted away some bacon and some sausages that I had in the freezer, that kind of thing. He basically asked me where I was going. Why am I going to Arizona? Snowbirding, keep warm for winter. And then I'm like, you need to see the dog's forms, because there's that new thing now for forms for dogs. And he's like, no. He goes, those things are just a waste of time. Not worried about those. He looks healthy. And then it was, any firearms? No, sir. Have a good day. That was it. Didn't ask about anything else. Didn't ask about meat. Didn't ask about fruits or vegetables or anything like that. But it's one of those things too, where if he does ask and you go, oh yeah, there's some pork chops in the freezer or whatever, then you might be in trouble. And possibly, the one lady told me once when I was crossing over from Victoria to Washington, she said that you don't want to push your luck, because if they do find potatoes or something that you're not supposed to have, or you're trying to get something across the border, or you forget or whatever, then they flag you and it just becomes a pain in the ass later. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you comfy over there? You have the whole back seat and you insist on sitting there beside Dad with your head on here, bouncing along, not getting any sleep. No. You all right? Okay. Anyway, yeah, so cleared the border, came down, fueled up again in Great Falls, $79 US. And now we're just at a rest area. I just wanted to check a couple things, check the oil. I didn't do it when we were in the gas station for some reason. All's good. But yeah, we're in a rest area in between Great Falls and Helena. And here we go. Back on it. I don't trust this Montana weather. It's already tried to snow on me twice now. I say no to that. Nope, nope, nope. So, quick update from the road. We made it to Lima, Montana, which is basically fairly close to the Idaho state line. Montana gave it its best and tried to snow on me 3 times. That said, we're in Lima, which is where I was originally going to hunker down for the night, but I don't know if you can see this behind me or not. That's the gray we just came through. I don't know which way it's heading. There doesn't seem to be much wind, so I can't tell which way the breeze is blowing, but it's also pretty much freezing. It's like 1 degree above freezing Celsius here. So I think I'm feeling pretty good, so I think I'm just going to keep going. Idaho Falls is the next stop. If I'm feeling good, then might keep going. If I'm not feeling good, then I'll be looking for the nearest rest area, pull in, and call it a night. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Just a little gray. It was trying real hard. Hey friends. So it's been a crazy couple of days. In a good way though. Like I said, yesterday I got into Lima and was feeling pretty good, so we just kept going. Almost got to my second evening pull-off spot. We're about an hour short of my Beaver, Utah stop. And yeah, pulled into just a truck stop, slept for a few hours, got up early. We're now in Mesquite, Nevada, just in a big parking lot across from the Eureka Casino. Just gassed up, taking the dog for a little pee walk. And yeah, thought I'd give you a little update. Just got more gas, 65 bucks worth of gas. So I will be tallying all this stuff up. I'll let you know exactly what my total coming down was, and then we'll tally up other things throughout the month and continue on with this little budget video and let you know exactly what I spent. So yeah, we just took a nice little break before tackling Las Vegas traffic, and then I'm also hitting Costco on the other side of Vegas in Henderson there, off Galleria Road. I'm gonna drop in there and get a few things. And then from there, we're just gonna basically take ourselves back to Quartzsite. Get settled in and maybe take a couple of days off before I go back to work on Monday. Got a project to work on Monday, so got to get back to that. And then once things level off, we'll be planning some adventures. I'm already looking at a couple of places to maybe do like a little double day overnight trip somewhere. Just me, the dog, and the truck. Get a little cheap motel that's pet friendly. Do a lot of photography and some exploring in between. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Until then, I'll see you on the other side of Vegas. Okay, bye. Hey friends, just another quick little budget update. So we were playing ball out here, Rollins and I, and shortly after one session, he was favoring his left paw. So I gave it a couple days, kept him off it as much as I could, and he was still limping a little bit, so we decided to go into the vet. And while we were there, I also got lump that I found just shy of his right shoulder blade. I wanted that checked out too. So with the consultation with the vet over his foot, and took a look at the lump and his prescriptions, that came to about $83 and change. And as far as his health goes, it's been a couple days since we got back from the vet, and he's already feeling better foot-wise, and the vet said that the lump is a common genetic thing with the mixed breeds, and it's currently assessed at a fatty tumor. It's just a small little lump. It's about maybe the size of a quarter underneath the skin, and it kind of moves around. It feels kind of gelatinous, for lack of a better explanation. But the vet said, yeah, he goes, these are common, keep an eye on it. If it starts to get bigger, you might have to go in and take it out. But if it's not bothering them and it's not getting bigger, not to worry too much about it. So for those of you who are concerned about Rollins, he's fine. And I keep a good eye on him. So yeah, his foot's getting better. He was running around this morning like he just had a can of Red Bull. It was just insane. So he's obviously feeling better. We got to do the run of anti-inflammatories, and then he'll be fine. But yeah, budget-wise, a little bit of a vet visit. Still got 3/4 of a tank of gas. It wasn't too far. It was just over in Blythe, which is about, I think, 24 or 26 miles away. Just a little side note, the trip coming back took 3.5 hours because there was a big accident. We actually saw the traffic being stopped for the accident on the way down because we were heading west and it was in the eastbound side. And after his vet visit, I tried taking my time, we went and had lunch, but to no avail. They hadn't opened the freeway yet, so we were stuck in traffic for like 3 hours. So yeah, fun times. But anyways, there's a little budget update with a little bit of extra news, and we'll talk to you all soon. Okay.
3 weeks later.
Hey friends, welcome back. So we're here at the end of this budget video for November 2024. So I'm going to give you a rundown of all my expenses for the month, and that includes my stuff for work, software that I use for my photography, as well as software that I use for my day job. So that may or may not apply to you, but just for transparency, we'll put it all on the board and you can add and delete as you so wish. So we started this little documentation experiment. Basically, it was Halloween, so October 31st of this year, 2024. That's the day that I left Alberta, so that's when I started adding gas together. So technically, we're looking at a month in one day, but you know what I mean. I wanted to include the drive down. Obviously, this can be very different for you. If you're driving something different, you have a different truck, you get better gas mileage. Maybe you're not in a truck at all, you're in a van, it's going to vary. But this is me driving down basically to Snowbird for the winter. It's my trip down in a 2006 Chevy Silverado 1500 HD with a 6-liter motor, towing a older mid-90s 26-foot fifth wheel. So that's a little bit of a reference point. Obviously, too, I was planning on taking 3 days to get down. I did it in 2. I was just feeling good, so I just kept driving. That's also going to affect your costs, because if you're not eating out or you're whatever, I think we stopped once, couple of coffees here and there, and I did make dinner, like just a small sandwich and snack or something in the trailer the one night. So I saved myself some money there. But yeah, this is basically the whole month from October 31st right down to the last day of November. Also, I'm going to break this down into both Canadian dollars and US dollars. Now, this is also going to vary based on the current exchange rate. I just basically kind of added everything up yesterday in US dollars, because most of it was in US dollars, converted it yesterday, and whatever that rate is basically what we're getting. The Canadian rate is going to be different depending on day to day, just because of the currency exchange. So keep that in mind. This is fairly generalized. It's not to the dollar, and will be different today than it was yesterday. So here we go. Gas in total for the month: $1,051.43 Canadian, $751.64 US dollars. Road meals, about $41.70 Canadian, $29.81 US dollars. Now, I did make a stop in Costco just outside of Las Vegas. Picked up dog food, some sodas, some other drinks like fizzy water drinks, case of water, meat, that kind of thing. So some of that is actually going to overlap into future months, because there's still stuff left over. Like I still have basically 2 bags of dog food here. So stuff like that. Keep in mind, this was a big, kind of a big stock up stop. So it's going to expand over a couple of months. I didn't break it down by a month thing. So it's just kind of like one hit, but this again might not be something you're going to do. You might not stop and stock up. So keep that in mind. But anyway, Costco stop, $444.90 Canadian, $318.05 US dollars. Now, groceries. Now, this is on top of Costco, because I'm a single guy and I can't buy anything fresh in bulk, because, hell, I buy a head of lettuce at the grocery store here and it's bad before I get through half of it. And I do try and eat healthier, but it's really hard when you're single and you're just not going through it fast enough. So anyways, side groceries, $41.70 Canadian, $29.81 USD. Propane. I had 2 full tanks when I left Canada. I did fill up one basically a day or 2 before we left, so I added that in here. And then I've refilled a 30 pounder and the 20 pounder since I've been here for this month. So propane, basically $90.30 Canadian, $64.55 US. Now, you may or may not need internet. I need internet to work. I need pretty reliable internet, and despite the fact that the owner of the company seems to have gone off the deep end lately, Starlink. 198.45 Canadian is what it converted to. It's 141.87 US for the month. Now I have a mail service down here because sometimes when I'm down here, and because I've been working and I've been getting like upgrading little things and getting some parts and some what did I get over there? Oh yeah, like I got some underbelly tape and stuff like that. So I've been using Amazon quite a bit. And if I didn't have the mail service plan, basically they charge you $5 every delivery, every box, every package. So I just went with the plan last year, and then I renewed it this year when I got down. And it's for the full year, but because I'm only here for 6 months, I broke it down to basically a per month basis for the 6 months. So it's technically not even this much if you're here all year, right? Because it would be, divided by 2 again. But anyways, $97.84 Canadian. And that's Moon Mountain Mail. I did a video on them. They're actually really, really good. If you're in Quartzsite, hanging around, doing the Snowbird thing, I definitely highly recommend them for your mail services. You get anything sent there, whether it's U.S. Postal Service stuff to Amazon stuff, UPS, FedEx, all that kind of stuff gets sent there. So, we're at $97.84 Canadian, $69.99 US dollars. If we break that down for the month, so basically for 6 months, it's $16.31 a month Canadian, $11.66 a month US. Now we're getting into stuff that you may or may not need. Work software. My work software now, if you watch my previous video on dumping Adobe, I'm down to $35.77 Canadian a month. That's basically my photography bundle through Adobe and my Figma subscription for work. And that comes to $25.57 US dollars. Then we're getting down to the end here. Netflix and Prime, $42.75 Canadian, $30.55 USD. And the last one is the unexpected vet visit. Rollins and I had to go into Blythe, get his foot checked because he basically, I think he sprained it. They gave him they checked him out, checked out his little lump, gave him some meds for the inflammation and some gabapentin for the pain. We went through the inflammation, like the whole run of pills as we were instructed by the vet. He didn't use all the gabapentin because he was feeling good near the end. But yeah, so that came to $116.10 Canadian, which was $83 USD, which was very reasonable considering it was a vet visit and 2 prescriptions. So I have no complaints there. He's worth it. So now that brings us down to the totals for the month of November 2024. All the money Wayne spent. Yeah. Okay. So just so you know, there are things, obviously, that I use that you might not use, like software for work. I like to watch movies and stuff at night when I shut everything down, so I have Netflix and use Prime Video with that. I don't really watch anything else. Once in a while, I might download something and check that out, but for the most part, I'm just checking out Netflix and YouTube. So yeah, our grand total is $2,206.90 Canadian and $1,577.65 US. So obviously there's some extra stuff in there, but technically for the month of November with the driving down, so the extra gas and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to round up, basically you're looking at $1,600 US, and that includes everything else with a big Costco shop and that kind of stuff in there too. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there's been years where this would have really hurt and I wouldn't have spent this much money. But I'm working and things are going good. I didn't really know where it was going either as far as what the totals would be, but I was curious, so I just started keeping track. All my purchases have been pretty much on my Wise card, So it was pretty easy to just kind of go through, see my transactions, do the math, figure it out, and here we are. So that's it. That's my video on basically a rough budget. Obviously, it's going to vary per person and per what you drive and per when you go and what you eat on the way down and what you like to do and what you'll, this is just an example of mine. So with that said, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.